under the time of the Shalastambha dynasty of Kamarupa in the 9th century CE. During the 9th century, Shalastambha dynasty emerged as the ruler of the Kamarupa, and under their reign, landed aristocracy emerged as the pivot and the controller of the state machinery. And during this time, Shalastambha dynasty used Brahminical religion to legitimize their domination. But in this case, agriculture expansion actually played the pivotal role in the overall process. And in this article, there are basically four questions. First question is the how did the landed aristocrat become powerful in the state machinery and why? And the second question is what is the role of the upheaval of the Shalastambha in this process? And the third question is why Shalastambha rulers used Brahminical religion to legitimize their domination, political domination. And the fourth question is that what is the actual role of the agriculture expansion in the overall scenario? But before discussing the overall process, so the first question is who are the Shalastambha? According in the 8th century, in the Bargaon, in the 9th century CE, Tezpur copper plate inscription or in Ugari copper plate inscription, there is nothing, any mention of Bhaskar Burman or any other Burman ruler that actually indicated that there was differences between the previous Burman dynasty as well as the Shalastambha dynasty, and it is also supported by the statement of the Bargaon inscription of the 11th century CE that also stated that the ancestor of the Shalastambha dynasty captured the land of the descendant of the Naraka and Bhagadatta and outstayed their that actually indicated that Shalastambha actually outs the previous Burman dynasty and captured the throne. And interestingly thing is that in the Hayunthal inscription of the 9th century CE and in the Bargaon inscription of the 10th century, 11th century CE, the ancestor of Shalastambha were called as Mlecho. But the question is, who are the Mlecho? According to the Brahmanical text, like the Shatabada Brahmana, the Mlecho are this community who did not follow, did not practice Brahmanical norms. And in this case, like foreigners, the Javanas, local communities also who did not follow Brahminical norms were also considered as Mlecho, like Kirato, Nishado, Pulindo, Shoboro. And in this case, the term Kirato become important, and Kirato were identified as the inhabitant of the Kamarupo at the Brahmaputra Valley in the Kalika Purana. And in this case, Suniti Kumar Chakravarti in his book Kirato Janapriti identified Kirato as an Indo-Mongoloid population who basically lived in the northeastern part of Indian subcontinent and the Himalayan region. So it can be said that like other part of in the northeastern part of Indian subcontinent, in the Brahmaputra Valley, Kirato is the original inhabitant in this region, and Shalastambha were the part of this community. Now we talk about the actual subject. Under the reign of the Shalastambha dynasty, the landed aristocrats become powerful in the state machinery, and they become emerged as the controller of the state machinery. For example, in the 9th century CE, Tezpur stone inscription, Sri Gono was mentioned as the Mahashainapati or commander-in-chief, were also mentioned as the Mahasamantu, who also act as a judge in a judicial proceeding. Besides that, in this judicial proceeding, landed aristocrats from both tribal and the Brahmin community were also present as the mediator in the judicial proceeding, who are also military personnel that actually indicated that landed aristocrats were powerful in the state machinery, in the military, in the administration. And similarly, in the Hayunthal copper plate inscription of the 9th century CE, the king Harjor Burman was described as the king surrounded with vassals, like the angel surrounded by the god. And in this case, in this same inscription, Sri Gono was described as a jewel among the vassals. That actually indicated that the landed aristocrats were powerful in the state machinery. And in other inscriptions like the Urubari copper plate inscription and Nagaon copper plate inscription of the 9th century CE, king forbid several proofs like Rajanako, Rajako, Rajaballabha not to interfere granted land that granted to the Brahmins. Who are the Rajanako, Rajako, Rajaballabha? DC Sarkar argued that this Rajanako, Rajako, Rajaballabha are the several group of landed aristocrats. That actually indicated that this group of landed aristocrats were powerful in local level also. But this trend has not actually originated under the time of the Shalutkambo dynasty. During the time of the Burman dynasty, this trend was originated. That actually depicted in the 7th century Nidanpur copper plate inscription. And in this Nidanpur copper plate inscription, it is noted that the Divakar Prabhu, who was mentioned as a Mahasamanto, he is in charge of a treasury and also took a important part in the granting land in the Moyor Shal Samudra Agrahar. So it can be said that during the time of the Burman dynasty, this trend was originated, but this trend, I mean the influence of the landed aristocrat, become prevalent during the time of the Shalkambo dynasty. But it is not true. But it is also true that during the Shalkambo dynasty, officials also recruited for several purposes like collecting tax, land measurement, regulating law and order. And another important thing is that the influence that landed aristocrat play important role to expand domination of the state machinery in the in the interior part of the Kamarupa that actually against the Marxist interpretation of the early medieval Indian state. But the question is why landed aristocrats become powerful in the political arena? Actually, during the time of the Burman dynasty, due to expansion of the agriculture, a section of the tribal people become economically benefited. And during the time of the Burman dynasty, tribal people recruited in the military. So some tribal people basically influential in the military, and this actually lead the emergence of the influential leading section among the tribal population, and this actually encouraged the confrontation with the Burman dynasty and ultimately out the Burman dynasty. And after the upheaval of the Shalkava dynasty, this leading section of the tribal population, who are basically landed class, become powerful, become influential in the administrative machinery. Now we talk about why the Shalkava dynasty used the Brahminical religion to legitimize their rule. Actually, the confrontation between the Shalakamba and the Burman dynasty has a cultural feature, cultural character. Because Shalakamba were the practice, Shalakamba practice, or Shalakamba followed their traditional tribal deities, and Burman dynasty were followers of the Brahminism. But after capturing their throne, they basically followed the Brahminical culture. For example, in 8th century, Hariharok image inscription, they donated image inscription to Brahman priests for regular worship, and they also claimed themselves as descendant of the Naraka Bhagavatta. This mythology of Naraka Bhagavatta actually associated with the introduction of Brahmanism in the Kamarupa region. But another interesting thing is that during the time of the Shalakamba dynasty, the worship of the Mahagauri Kameshwara became important, which was absent under the time of the Burman dynasty. But the question is, who is the Mahagauri Kameshwara? Actually, according to several scholars, Mahagauri Kameshwara, basically Mahagauri is a tribal deity. Basically, present day Kamakhya, and during the time of the upheaval, due to upheaval of the Shalakamba dynasty, this tribal deity incorporated into the Brahminical religion that actually helped to popularize Brahminical religion among the tribal local indigenous population, and it actually helped to strengthen the domination of the Shalakamba dynasty in the Kamrupa region. But behind this scenario, agriculture expansion actually played the important role. But the why? Because under the Burman dynasty, this trend was started, and under the Shalakamba dynasty, this trend was continued. And they also encouraged the expansion of agriculture. For example, in the Ulubari copper plate inscription, land was donated to Brahmana in the sparsely populated region for the expansion of the wet rice cultivation. And besides encouraging the expansion of the wet rice cultivation, the Shalakamba dynasty actually established their control over the agricultural production for their economic interests. So, in one side, they recruited several officials for several purposes like land collecting taxes, land measurement, regulating law and order, and on the other side they use Brahminical religion to legitimize their rule and also impose the emotional domination over the population in the Kamrupa region. And besides that, due to the expansion of the agricultural activity, the landed aristocrat emerged in the social scenario of the Kamrupa, who basically influential in the political scenario or administrative machinery of the Kamrupa. So it can be said that agricultural expansion played important role or the pivotal role in the overall process. So ultimately, if we, in summary, it can be said that under the Shalastamba dynasty, landed aristocrats played important role in the administrative machinery, and in this context, Shalastamba dynasty used Brahmanical religion to legitimize their rule. But we cannot ignore the role of the agricultural expansion behind the overall process.
What exactly do you mean by Brahmins? Like there's usually a distinction between the Vedic Brahmanas and the Puranic religion. So what do you mean by Brahminical? Could you define what you mean by that?
Actually, madam, this Brahminical religion not is the worship of the Brahminical deities. Yes, Brahminical deities is an important thing, but it is a caste-centric religion
So
practice.
you are saying that they, when you say that they patronize Brahminical religion, you need to say that they set up agraharas and stuff.
Yeah. I also said that during the time of the Burman dynasty, you can see the Mayur Salsamagal Agrahara, and interesting is that in the Tejpur copperplate inscription of the 9th century CE of the Banamal Parmadevo, our village known as village was donated to a Brahmana. This is known as Ovishura Pataka, and similar, and this trend was also seen in the time of the Pal dynasty. Pal dynasty is after the Shalastamba dynasty, and during the time of the Pal dynasty, Agrohara was mentioned in the inscription of the Pal. That actually indicates that Agrohara was established under the time of Shalastamba dynasty, Shalastamba and Burman dynasty. Basically, the Shalastamba dynasty. But interestingly, thing is that under the unlike Bengal or other region of the Indian subcontinent, the large Agrohara, large scale of Brahmin dominated agricultural settlement was not hugely established in the Kamrupa. Basically, Kamrupa.
Was done under the Shalastambas.
Yeah. That basically Shalastambo or Bormon or Pala, they basically donated large scale of land, basically chor land, to the Brahmana for agricultural expansion. Chor means the river and lowland, which was basically fertile for wet rest cultivation.
So it's a kind of they kept their, I mean, they maintained their own position. The tribal tradition as well as the tribal overlords, they maintained their position at the same time, extending hands of partnership with the Brahmins.
Yes, with the partner. Because Brahman was the landlord. For example, I also said in the Tejpur stone inscription, there were several Brahman landlords also, and tribal landlords also who are so influential. So keep influential, they are basically joint hand. Actually, they are basically part of the state machinery and the political system. So to keep this political system, to continue their domination over the population, for their economic, for their political interests, they basically join.
Right. 49. Confidence of Muslims in the modern world.